Hi guys, my name is Bree and I go by PoshBri on all of my socials. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. The day is finally here and we start our journey to Germany, and we loaded up the car and still half running on coffee and excitement. It didn't feel quite real yet, but we headed to the airport and to park our car at the terminal. And let me tell you, it was a lot of traffic, and we probably should have left a bit earlier because it was rush hour traffic, but nevertheless we got there in a decent time. We finally made it to the airport, and we saw our sign, which was for Lufthansa, all the way at the bottom. We didn't get any recording of us going through the airport because it was hot and chaotic, but we did have TSA pre-check. So we went to the Capital One lounge. And actually, we flew out of Dulles, and let me tell you, that lounge was amazing. Okay, like the food and everything was great, and it was like kind of like all you can eat, but we was super duper excited. And this is me trying out the dessert. It was like a matcha, I don't even remember what it's called, but it was really really good. Here's a picture right here. After that, we got some drinks after we ate some dessert because our flight got delayed twice, and you guys are about to see that on the next screen. Our drinks that we got, and I got this really yummy coffee, and let me tell you, those drinks was amazing. But yes, our flights got delayed twice, but we were still able to make it to our plane. You guys, I am super duper stoked because this is my daughter's first time flying and our first time traveling as a family. So I can't wait for you guys to see my daughter's reaction as well. You excited? Are you excited to be on your first airplane ride? Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Daddy.
Hi.
Hi, Daniel.
Okay.
Look outside.
Wow.
Yeah, just like that. And now we're off.
After the takeoff, I really wish I would have caught it on camera, but my daughter was like, Mommy, I'm so excited. This is so exciting. And it made me feel really, really happy, you guys. But I was trying to show you guys where we were heading to, but I couldn't catch it when it was in English. I will always catch it when it was in a different language. But nevertheless, my daughter was relaxing on her iPad, and my hubby, I think he was playing a game of chest or something like that. I'm not sure, but look at this beautiful view, you guys. After taking off, even though I was a little scared, and I'll mention that on the next clip, I was just enjoying the view. I love being already in the air and landing, but takeoff is not my favorite. So I was freaking out at first, y'all. So yeah. My baby, this is her first flight. She's doing pretty good so far. She was excited about the plane taking off. I started freaking out a little bit. And my hubby, he was pretty calm about the plane taking off. But look, she's watching Gabby Dollhouse. And there go Joshie. He's just chilling also. So yeah. Now we haven't reached altitude yet, so we have to keep our seatbelts on because it's a lot of turbulence right now. So yeah. This is how it looks outside right now. Pretty intimidating, and I can see the engine right where I am, and I can still see down on the ground. And then this is where we are heading, and what the temperature is. She got a kids movie on hers, and he's selecting something on his. Yeah. You guys, we kept messing with her because from the moment we got on the plane, she discovered the light button and she just kept turning that light button on and we would cut it off. And she would want it on the entire time, but we would cut it right back off because we wanted to be considerate of our neighbors around us. Even though luckily we lucked up because the people around us didn't mind because they also had babies and kids. But as we still thought it was hilarious. But here was some snacks that we bought on the plane. It wasn't quite dinner time, but I wanted to make sure my daughter would be okay, as well as ourselves. So we packed like beef jerky, grapes, oranges, gummies, goldfish, just a slew of things that we knew she would enjoy. So now it was dinner time for my daughter, that is. So they came around with the baby's plates first, which I did love that, and I completely wasn't expecting that, to be honest. But they bought her plate, which was like this yummy pasta as well as nuggets, and as you can see, she was ready to eat. She did not have time to play, so she started grabbing her fruit while we was opening up her tray and letting her know we got to let it cool down. But they gave her a nice little salad. They also gave her, I believe it was like sauce and a little bottle of water, but luckily enough, she already had like water in her sippy cup, and they had gave us apple juice before this as well, so she wasn't quite interested in the water at that moment, but we at least had it to refill her cup when it was time. But yes, I'm just showing you guys all the things that was on her tray. And then shortly after they brought her tray out, maybe like 10 minutes later, they finally brought out our food. So I got like a vegan salad, some type of like chocolate mousse, and they gave me parmesan, which wasn't the greatest. It was like a rice mix, and the bread I did not eat because it was too hard. And my husband, he chose the barbecue chicken with mixed veggies and rice, and he also had like the same bread and dessert. He didn't really care for it too much, but yeah, after we ate, my daughter was getting cranky. We was all honestly feeling pretty cranky because for us it was already her bedtime, but the flight was heading into a different time zone, so she wasn't really sleeping at all. I was feeling a bit frustrated, but as you can see, they made it nice and dark on the plane, and that did eventually help out because after a while she fell asleep and we was able to get at least 2 hours of sleep in. Now it's the morning time. They brought her plate out again first, but she was still asleep. So I was just showing you guys her what she had before she woke up, which was like some craisins and fruit and bread. She ended up really not eating it because she was cranky. She probably only had like equivalent to maybe 3 hours of sleep. And then they bought us like some egg sandwiches, which wasn't too bad. But after this, it was almost time for us to land, and I just enjoyed the view while also getting all of our belongings gathered so that way we'll be nice and prepared when it was time to depart the plane and start our adventure in Germany. You guys, the views were so beautiful, and I was so happy to have this experience and this flight and experiencing it with my husband and my daughter and her it being her first flight. But I didn't quite get the best recording of the landing, but we finally landed, and after that point things was chaotic. We was also very exhausted, so when we got off the plane we did board a bus because we had to walk down steps, so carrying my baby, the stroller, a whole bunch of things, it was a lot of moving parts. So we got off the plane, got on this bus that took us to our terminal, and we were picked up to start our wonderful journey and adventure in Germany. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching if you watched thus far. And I look forward to seeing you guys on my next video. Bye.